What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing Star Platinum. Frequently requested one, the stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So focusing on his face for this one. To fit it, because he's got like such big hair, we have to move the eyes down a bit to fit in all of his hair up here. So we're down just below halfway, just a little bit below halfway for the eyes. And to start, we'll do the top eyelid as usual, top right one. And he's got really angular features that like join one another basically. So we're going to start right in here with a diagonal line. This is right at his nose. And then this comes real long across to there. And then this comes down like so. Then his bottom eyelid is just in here. So we're going to bring it down to a point, and then it comes back up to here. So a lot of angles on Star Platinum's face. There's another line just coming here into here for his tear duct area, but of course he doesn't cry. And then we have iris and pupil. So we just have a curved line, semicircle for his iris, pupil in here, like so. And then of course in JoJo style you could draw sort of a shine or two around here. There's a bit of a dark shadow in here. And then there's another eyelid line just outside this. So it comes out to there, and then this comes up around, and I think in here could be colored dark black or purple, I'm not sure, but I'll leave it, I'll let you decide. Right, so pretty much the same on the other side. So we have, they're real close together, so it starts just here because this is his nose right down the middle. So this line comes up this way, and then we go across to the other side of his eye. So just across to here. Diagonal across. Trying to keep them on the same sort of level. And then this comes down the back. And then we have his bottom eyelid again. So we're going to go this way. And then across. And then we add the tear duct section. And then his iris and his pupil. So we have that semicircle. Just there. Top of the circle is cut off. And then we have his pupil. And of course you can add those JoJo shines in the eyes if you like. We add that other eyelid line around. Remember guys, if I go too fast, just hit pause, and I would recommend pencil for these. It's easier, definitely, if you make a mistake. Right, so now his nose comes right down from the middle, so we're going to go straight down, like so, both sides. Then we have a V just down the bottom, like so. We have an area for his nostrils, so we just go out the sides, like so, at the top of the V. And then we're going to bring this down underneath to here. And then you can add some shadow lines just inside. So one straight down the middle, and just some hatching lines just down here. Now, so these sides of his nose have this line that come out from the side of it. So to here, and then it comes down to this point just there. Same on the other side, curving down around like so. bottom lip then, just underneath his nose, just here. A little V for the top lip. These then come down the sides. Kind of looks like a letter M, sort of spread out. And then that middle line for his lip just comes up here, comes down, back up, back into there. And then his big bottom lip just underneath, just there. And of course they don't have to touch or anything. And you'll notice the edges of his mouth just sort of end at his eyes, just here. And then there's just some lines for shadow on his lip. Just on his top lip. And then his chin comes down from here. So his chin is same distance from his nose to his bottom lip to his chin. So from here, boom. So from the bottom of his nose to his bottom lip, it's the same distance from the bottom of his lip to his chin. So it's just here. And then these have two lines that come around here. And down into the chin then, just like that. Another little line inside, like so. And then we have his jaw. So we're going to bring it up diagonal. And then when we get to just across from his lip, just here, it's going to change direction up the side of his face, all the way up to his eye, all the way up to there. So this is going to go now all the way. You do the same thing on the other side. Diagonal. Till you get to about the lip. And then it's going to go up the side of his face. And then he has lines inside his face as well. So he has two lines under his eye, just here. Then a line that comes up to the side of his face from his eyelid. Same on this side. And you're just doing the same thing on this side as you've done on the other side. And then these come down, straight down like so. Right, so his ears are real easy. They're just blocks, sort of. One line comes out like this, goes down like that, and then back in. Kind of like headphones. Comes down, down so, back in. And they just line up with his nose, the bottom of them. Right, so he's got this jewel right in the middle of his forehead, so it's an oval sort of shape. So we'll start just here. Bring it around. Trying to keep it as oval, round shape as we can. Another layer inside. And then there's like a shadow in there as well, kind of like a half moon sort of shape with a dot at the end of it. So you sort of draw a letter C, and then you just thicken it up. And there's a kind of dot back here. Now he has a kind of headband that goes around his hair coming out from that jewel. So we're going to do a curved line here, a And this is going to go off towards his ear. So it's going to go across the top of his eye, over to his ear, come up this end. Same then on this side. Go down, go across. And then we go over here. Do the same thing. Trying to make a match. Don't have to be perfect, of course. And then they have some shadows inside there as well. So there's one here. So we just go around this shape again. Go along the edge here. Along the top. And then there's like a dark portion just in there. And then there's a bit of shadow at this end as well. Same thing pretty much over this side. Can be slightly different if you want, don't have to be identical. A few more in here. And right, so his hair then. So they're basically looks kind of like fire, I guess. So starting from his ears, we're going to bring this up, waving, line like so, comes back in like this, and then we go spike all the way up to the point in the middle. So there's like a big one in the middle. So we keep going. So we're going to wave it around. You do this many different ways. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You're just going for a wavy line that comes in. And then this one comes down like this. Next one. Go in this direction. On the other side, they come in the other way. And this one comes down like so. Next one. Big one now up the middle. This one comes down. Another one beside it now. Coming back down. And much like this side, we'll go to the ear and do the ones up the other way. Like so. See? Very similar. Comes down. Next one. Last one, like so, and then inside there we have sort of another layer of lines that are a different color. It's like inside black and on the edge are like purple or whatever sort of color you can see in the anime. So we're just going to do that again. So we're going to give it an edge basically. Following the shape. See that? Going up and around the fire. This one goes all the way down to his headband. This one comes up. Down to there. So you're just following the outside edge. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And of course, I think this is like black, and then that's like purple or pink or whatever sort of color you can see in the anime. And now we can see his neck. So he's real big neck, real big shoulders. So we have coming right back from his ear, we have a line down this way. On the other side, same sort of thing. Coming down to about maybe here. And then he has that scarf on. So it goes... So there's another spike of hair from his ears first. So it comes down sort of to here. There's another layer inside. Another spike here. Another layer inside. And then the scarf comes out from this and around. So it's going to go around under his chin, back up the other side. And it'll go back in to about here. And then in there we can see more neck muscles. So just a line down this way, a line coming down this way, one there, and then here. Bum, bum. And then more of this scarf. So you can see another layer of it just coming out from behind his ear, maybe close to it anyway, just here, like this. Same on the other side, coming down and around his neck, this way. Comes down across. Next layer just here. Next layer here, goes down off my page. Of course, if you have more room, you can join those lines together. And then we have a couple more just fold lines coming down around the scarf there. Like so. Line or two on here just to show bumps and ridges, that it's fabric. One here, one here. Bum, bum, bum. And then he's got his shoulders, big shoulder pads that I couldn't fit in because I wanted to focus on his face. So, but let me know, I could probably do one that maybe focuses more on his torso, stuff like that. So, shoulder pad goes off that way. Shoulder pad goes off this way. The inside of it then curves down, goes down to here. Inside of this one, same thing, goes down to here. Then we can see just his neck muscle just coming that way. And another one maybe there. And maybe top of his chest muscles just here. Or collarbone maybe. Would it be collarbone? No, you probably can't see his bones. It's probably a big chest muscle. And that's it, Star Platinum from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.